I want to replace my salary with real estate over time.
Hi, my name is Meet Kevin. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to become a real estate mogul so that you never have to work another day in your life and you can spend your time spending your money on friends, family, vacations, cars, and end up creating a YouTube channel like Ben Mallah to show it all off. Well, let's go step by step and break this scenario down so you know exactly how to become a real estate mogul. So yesterday I was thinking a little bit what it would be like to be a real estate mogul. I kind of think when we hear that, we just think, oh yeah, definitely retired, doesn't have to do anything. And then I thought about, well, that'd be kind of like winning the lottery, right? You win the lottery, you think about how much you could spend on cars or houses or vacation homes or vacations or whatever. It'd be pretty awesome. But then I watch YouTube videos that tell me the odds of winning the lottery are lower than the odds of getting struck by lightning, and then I get a little sad. So instead, I thought to myself, okay, what is the minimum? What's the smallest amount that I could be happy with and be retired? Kind of like a mini real estate mogul. Just enough to where I didn't ever have to work another day in my life. And so I did a little bit of quick calculating on my iPhone and I'm like, oh my gosh, if I had $3 million and I didn't have to do anything, and that money made me 7%, I would make $17,500 per month doing absolutely nothing. And to me, that sounded really good. Okay, so $3 million. Let's say today you had, I don't know, $20,000. If you had $20,000 and you took, conventional wisdom and you invested into, I don't know, an index fund or, I don't know, some fund, you put it somewhere to grow. And somebody said, congratulations, you're making 7% on your money. Well, it would take me 74 years to see that $20,000 turn into $3 million. And let me tell you, I am 27 today. I'm not hopeful that I would be able to use that $3 million in 74 years, although part of me wants that to be a reality. It just seems like a very long amount of time. And I'm willing to wait. This doesn't have to be get rich quick. I'm totally willing to give some time and effort into making this happen, but that's too long. So then I got to thinking, okay, well, what if I had $20,000 now? And every single year, I put another $20,000 in. Well, then it would only take me 35 years to get to $3 million, which wasn't exciting either. I wanted something that would get me to $3 million and mini real estate mogul retired early by, I don't know, 9 to 15 years. So if I'm 27 today, that'd be like retiring at 36 to 42 years old. I mean, that sounds pretty awesome. But is that just a pipe dream or is it possible? Okay, now this is gonna be the hardest part of the video for me. What if I told you that at 18 years old, I had $0, and today I could write you a check for that $3 million? Well, on one hand, you might be thinking, yeah, please give me that $3 million. On the other hand, you might be thinking, oh, wow, pompous douche. That's part of why I was thinking this is the hardest part of the video. But the correct and hopeful belief that you have is, that's 9 years. If you could do it in 9 years, I could do it in 9 years. Well, let's say we have that $20,000 today, and somebody came up to us and said, hey, I can help you turn your $20,000 with a strong degree of certainty into $80,000 in the next 12 months. Initially, we might be thinking like, oh my gosh, that's like 300%. That's crazy. That's 4 times what we have now. No way, not possible, scam, red flags going up, and you would be right to think that. But what if I then said this was like a golden ticket? That is, you take the golden ticket and you turn your $20,000 into $80,000. And every single year thereafter, you take another ticket of $80,000. Now, you're gonna be able to get to $3 million much faster. So let's just do a quick reality check. I just said we need $3 million to retire and have a bunch of passive income. And the way we're gonna do that is by getting $80,000 golden tickets per year, and somehow we're not going to pay taxes on that $80,000 golden ticket. this sounds insane. Well, what if I now told you within the next 20 seconds exactly how to accomplish everything I told you in that other camera angle? Well, I don't know, let's just see what you think. You should buy a fixer-upper with 3.5% down, replace your landlord, and pay more than what real estate flippers are paying. And you should repeat that every single year. Wait, what? That's insane. That's stupid.
I heard you should only buy
He's just using
apartment
people's
buildings.
names. How can you compete? The market is
down on a
bubbling.
fixer, that's
Everything's
impossible.
overvalued.
Oh my gosh, that's so much debt.
What about
Deals.
mortgage
We're
insurance?
going to
What
war
about
with
cash
Iran?
flow? Well, you probably have one of those thoughts. And this would be the point where you could make a decision. You could decide to click out of this video and just invest your $20,000 and try to make 7% and hope that when the market falls, you don't sell and eradicate all of the 7% gains you were earning. Or you could join Robinhood and invest your money at 1.8% in a high yield savings account, matching inflation, waiting for the market to hit rock bottom so that you could perfectly time your entrance into the market with your $20,000 and maybe hope to triple your $20,000 a few years after that, turn your $20,000 into $60,000 and then wonder, wait a minute, why can I still not retire even though I perfectly timed the market? This sucks. So now you could just buy an Amazon FBA or dropshipping course and end up making $500 while spending $500 on ads to make that $500 so that you too could sell a dropshipping course. Well, after all of that, if you're still here, you've passed the first test. You're ready to become a real estate mogul because you're not going to let nonsense stand in the way of reality. So congratulations to you. At this point in the video, I've probably lost about 50% of my audience, which means you're now competing against half as many people as you were before I got to this point. And by the end of this video, probably only 1 in 5 of you will be left. And so guess what that means if you make it all the way? It means you're in the minority of people that aren't going to get distracted by John Strassel telling you about room temperature butter and popcorn. But that's okay. There's less competition left over then. Now, most real estate investors have the same goal.
What's your ultimate goal here? What are you trying to do?
My ultimate goal here is I want to get into multi-unit.
They just get the order wrong and get discouraged and never get anything. So in order to become a mini version of Ben Mallah, we need to figure out how to get our net worth to $3 million. One of the ways we can do that is by doing really good real estate deals and taking golden tickets of $80,000 every single year, tax-free. Cash flow is the end game. Think, what is it going to take to go from now to $3 million with no cash flow? And then all of a sudden at the end, when you get to that goal, boom, you get your $17,500 per month. And then you're probably thinking to yourself, well, why would I do that? Why wouldn't I just want cash flow now? Well, you can, that's fine. But we're gonna make this very simple because what do most people say they're going to do with their cash flow? They say they're going to reinvest it until they get to their investment goal. And if that's true, then cash flow itself isn't really the goal until you actually hit your net worth goal. And then cash flow becomes important. All right. Let's boil this down to a very simple step-by-step list. You probably already know, and some of you might think that I'm biased for saying this, that yes, I have a real estate investing course. I also have one for agents, personal finance, property management, rental renovations. I put out a lot of educational content. There's probably 200 to 300 hours of content in all of those courses combined. But I'm going to give you a simple list right now, and it's an actionable list. This isn't one of those YouTube videos where you watch it and it's kind of like, cool, what can I do with that info now? Like, cool, I know a little bit more useless info. Let's do this. Number 1, replace your landlord. Write that down. Number 2, I want you to replace your landlord by making it a little side hustle of yours to find deals that flippers are buying. This is what's going to open up the door to a lot of money to you, especially in the form of home equity lines of credit or HELOCs.
But you know what you can do is you go to the bank and say, give me a HELOC, and then you only pay interest on money that you borrow when you borrow it.
These can be on the MLS, they can be on Zillow, they can be on Redfin. In fact, here's a quick hack for you. You should be aware of every single listing that is on redfin.com, and under the search tab, you check the box, fixer-uppers only. If you're not aware of every single one of those, you're already missing the boat. Now, in order to, step one, replace your landlord or make that a goal, and two, look for fixers, you're going to want to take advantage of what Ben Mallah tells you, which is,
You look for the best deal out there, whatever you feel comfortable with and you know you can handle. I would start by looking at everything that's on the market for sale and your price range and the type of property you want. That's the first step. I do it every single day. That's what I do. I look at everything that's for sale in the market.
And
you know, you gotta talk to brokers. Brokers are working for you for free.
But what I learned when I was 18 years old was if I just pick up the phone and start talking to agents whose name and number I got off LoopNet or some sign, they don't actually want to work with me unless I'm able to buy. And the easiest way to prove that you're a legitimate qualified buyer is to get something totally free, known as a pre-approval letter. Now, there are 4 types of deals that you should be looking for to get your $80,000 golden tickets. Those are defined by the core method of wedging real estate. But don't worry about that, you don't have to write that down. All I want you to write down is 1, cosmetic single family, and 2, rental wedges. Place your landlord, look for fixers, pre-approval letter, cosmetic single family, and rental wedges. Perfect, we're on the same page then, like literally. Now look, I know there are a lot of ways to slice the apple and make money in real estate, all these fancy things like wholesaling, rental arbitrage, all this crap, Airbnb this, ADU this, it doesn't matter. The main things I want you to focus on are number 1, cosmetic single family properties, and number 2, multifamily rental wedges. Here's exactly how that works. Number 1, when you buy in the single family market, you are, as an investor, part of only 11% of competing home buyers. That is, 89% of the people you're competing against are completely clueless about making money in real estate, which gives you a competitive advantage. A cosmetic single family means basically any house that needs work and is selling below market value after considering the cost of repairs. Now let's say you could buy a place for $200,000. That's probably worth somewhere around $325,000 to $350,000. And maybe that property only needs $20,000 to $30,000 to fix it up. Well, that is the definition of a cosmetic wedge. And on Ben Mallah's show, there was somebody who said, oh, well, I'm in Chico, California. I can't find any deals. I spent 5 minutes looking for deals in Chico, California, and I don't know if this is a great area, but I looked around as much as I could at comps and the neighborhood and safety. And again, this is just me with 5 minutes of time looking at this. But here's the actual deal that I found. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in the front with a guest house, a legal 1-bedroom, 1-bath, I believe, guest house in the back that's selling in a distressed condition for $250,000, which you could probably negotiate down. 2-bedroom, 1-baths without guest houses in this area sell for $250,000 to $260,000, which means if you can negotiate this down and get a guest house, there you go. You got yourself a cosmetic wedge. You got yourself an $80,000 golden ticket. That's just an example of 5 minutes of looking around. Now, that deal might prove not to be a good deal. It could prove to be an amazing deal. I don't know, maybe a bunch of people are gonna write offers on it now because they saw this video. Who knows? But what about multifamily deals? Well, in the multifamily market, cosmetic deals don't work so well. And that's because you're usually competing against people who understand that paint and carpet are easy things to solve. So the best kind of property you can buy in multifamily is one where the rents are low, artificially low. This is usually because the owner hasn't raised the rents in years. That's why I say you want to find yourself a wedge rent in the multifamily space. All right, if you're still with me, we're on number 4. Let's write down step number 5 now. This is an easy one. Well, it's an easy one to say, but in practice, you actually gotta do it. You're gonna repeat this every single year. You can do this by moving into the property that you're buying, whether it's a 4-unit apartment building or a single family house, and get loans for as low as 3 to 5% down. And as long as you're following step number 4, you'll be insulated because you're always buying below market value, which protects you in the event of market fluctuations, which you shouldn't focus on anyway. Remember, this is our 9 to 15-year plan. We're not trying to sell these properties in the short term. And after you get good at this and you've done this a few times, you're not going to have to move anymore. So don't think you have to move every single year for the next 9 to 15 years. I did it, and I only moved twice. Now, before I get to number 6, I should clear the air a little bit. Why is it that I make YouTube videos, I'm a real estate broker, I'm working on deals every single day, and I sell educational courses and programs and hold in-person real estate investing crash courses events when I could just retire and stop? Well, I don't know. I feel like I have a problem, but that's me. For some reason, I wake up and I just have to work. It's weird. It sucks. And I think that's why I get so disappointed when people say things like, oh, well, I could just Google what Kevin's gonna tell me in his courses. No, you can't, because you get 10 years of real estate knowledge and sales experience working with people and teaching people how to invest in person. It's not something you can Google because you can't Google the psychology of real estate from the point of view that I share. But that's beside the point. Step number 6 is reinvest everything. This sounds basic, but every time you get a golden ticket, I want you to start thinking, where's my next deal? Always on the hunt for deals, and never over-improving your deals is the key to success and becoming a mini Ben Mallah. Now, step 7. And folks, this is the endgame step. So number 7, endgame. And I'm not talking about Avengers Endgame either. I'm talking about being a mini real estate mogul. Once your net worth hits $3 million, you want to talk to your CPA to exchange all of your real estate assets into something like a Delaware statutory trust or some kind of fund that's going to pay you 7% on your $3 million invested over time. Some years more, some years less, but in general, you want 7%. You could also do this by buying a larger apartment building and having a property manager manage it. But notice that you want to start doing the smaller deals. You want to start hustling first, and then later work your way up to these big deals where you don't have to do anything anymore if you don't want to. You get to. So that way, if you want to drive around in a Bentley and show off your commercial deals and continue to work, you have that choice. Well, folks, there you have it. And I'm sure you have a lot of questions. What I recommend you do, and this is completely free, is go down to the link in the description below. Join my public Discord channel and come chat it up in the general chat. You don't have to pay anything to be a part of that, but throw your questions at me. Ask even in the comments down below here on YouTube. What about this? What about this? And I'll do my best to respond to you on this particular video. Thanks so much for watching. Follow me on Instagram, and until next time.